Cheers to episode 7.
All right, what's up, everyone? You know, it's your boy Drew, back with the aLikeMindz, the illest podcast on the earth.
The most alike podcast.
That's right. We got the normal crew, you already know. Y'all can see I got my guy, Ryan Colby, with me.
What's good, everybody?
Bro, G.
What's good? I'm excited to be on here, man. I been peeping some of your guys' podcasts, man. I love what you guys do. So far, man, keep going. I'm happy to be here.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it hearing that.
Right. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate that. Great to have you here. Obviously, y'all can see I have him here with me in person. I'm super excited about the first in-person entrepreneur. We got him right here.
Oh, yeah.
Hyped up, man.
Let's go.
I'm
so excited.
We really got a good episode planned for y'all because my dude Ryan has a great story. He's gonna really just start getting into the story, and I hope you guys enjoy. So Ryan, why don't you just go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So they brought me out here today just to tell a little bit about my story. It was August 7th, 2020. I'll just get into it off the rip. I got in a four-ring accident where I was life flighted. I had broke my femur. I broke my hip. I broke 4 vertebrae, 4 ribs, lacerated my kidney. I bleeding in my brain. I literally was given a 1% chance to live. So, you know, to be here today and to be able to do this, to talk about my story, it really does mean a lot for real because hopefully I can impact somebody that went through what I went through and had similar trauma. You know, I can make an impact on their life. But if you guys want me to, I can tell you like a little bit how it all happened. Obviously, you guys know I wrecked, but if you want to hear the actual story.
Yeah. That's what you're here for, man.
Awesome. So it was like I said, it was August 7th. It's with my girlfriend at the time. You know, we went out for a fun weekend of riding. You know, that's what we did. There's probably like
riding 4-wheelers?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Ride 4-wheelers. There's probably about 10 of us, bunch of trails and stuff, you know, just how people ride. It was about 10:30 at night. We've been riding for like 5-6 hours. But what I remember we were going pretty fast, man. I'm talking like 40, 45 miles per hour. And being night, you know, I mean, it always goes faster because, you know, it's nighttime and you're just going.
Night riding is reckless. I highly recommend don't do that.
Yeah, just be careful. But anyway, I was second. So there's a guy who was lead. He was in front of me. And then there was me and my girlfriend. So my girlfriend was on the back at the time. And then there's probably like 8 of them behind us. Came to a point where there was like a bunch of dust. I don't know how it happened or how it occurred. I don't know if dude threw his back tires or what. But I just remember at that point, I was like telling my girlfriend at the time, I was like, I can't see. So I slowed down. I'm going about 40, 45, bunch of dust in front of me. I just remember if I kept going, I was going to run into a tree straight on. So from what I remember I just took a sharp right turn, dodged the tree. Really couldn't tell you what happened after that. It came to a point of like 10, 12 seconds of conscious. I remember crawling out the woods with my left arm and left leg. At the time, my leg was literally facing probably like 137 degrees the other way. I broke my femur in my hip and I was gasping for air. This is what I remember. I remember like getting my left leg, left arm, crawling out and I couldn't breathe. I was like, so I broke ribs too. So at that point, I didn't know. I just knew, you know, I was really messed up. And
dang, so like when you were like, you only had about 15 seconds of when the crash happened to like those you had like 15 seconds of those memories.
I had about 15 seconds of conscious from when I knew it happened.
Oh man,
so it's pretty crazy. But from what I hear, from what they were telling me, how the wreck set up. So it's like, you know, I was telling you I got dusted. So there's a tree. So when I dodged the tree, when I made that sharp right, my girlfriend at the time, she flew off. So how the situation was, it was like the 4-wheeler on the tree, my girlfriend at the time, and then me, I was like ejected like 50, 60 yards. So what they think was when I hit the tree, they think I got ejected from hitting the tree. No one really knows. We just know how.
Because you ended up so far away.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
at the same time, like you see the dust, you're like starting to push on the brakes, right? And slow down.
Oh, absolutely.
But you're just going so fast that it happened. And
Yes.
Well, also on like, I ride a lot.
Were you guys wearing helmets? Obviously, was it all geared up? No,
I wasn't wearing a helmet. I'm not gonna lie. I had a helmet on earlier in the day, but at night I took it off and nah. And that's why it's so crazy, because like all the injuries I sustained and the trauma to the head, that, you know, I'm still here today, not
Right.
crippled, not paralyzed,
Right.
not dead.
All right, well, keep going. So, like you said, you remember crawling out, you're freaking gasping for air. Take us from there.
Yeah, so that's what I remember. And then I ended up getting life flighted. Supposedly, from what I heard, it was like not the actual paramedics on site at that day. They were like training. So I didn't even have like proper, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But I was fortunate to have some people that were there, even though I was unconscious and stuff, helping me, that were like nurses and stuff. So that, you know, I guess that gave a leg up and everything.
Who went and got help?
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you?
Who went and got help? Like, how long did it take help to arrive?
That's an amazing question. So where we were, there was no signal. There was no service. So one of my buddies at that time, he went out to the woods, went to the roads, wherever he found, and found a house, got signal and called.
Did you get life flighted or was it ambulance?
Life flighted.
Life flighted, yeah. Okay.
So I wrecked in Marietta, Ohio, and I was life flighted to Grant Hospital. I guess it's a very phenomenal trauma unit. They have, like, quote me, but from what I heard, top 10 in the world, the trauma unit, and the injuries that I sustained, it was like the right ideal spot to take me.
So they took you to the hospital after your injury. You got 1% to live, and then what's the is it rehab? Is that what it's called, or the bringing
Recovery?
you back to life?
Yeah.
The recovery. What's that looking like in this story?
Ooh, great. Another great question, man. So, like I said, it's been about 1 year and 7 months since the accident. I was laid off work for a year, man. Like, my main focus was therapy, rehabbing, and just getting my mind right too. When you go through something that traumatic in life, you know, that quick, I feel like it takes a toll on you, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? You're faced with these challenges, these obstacles that you never want to put in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You don't visualize something that bad to happen to you. So, I mean, it taught me a lot, this wreck did, and the process it's still ongoing. So,
Yeah, it's probably.
So do you have to use, like, are you still going to rehab for your leg and your arm and
so
for your injuries?
yeah, with my leg, I kind of do on my own now. But for a year, I had to relearn to walk. So I had to like do gait training.
I got one. Just how long has it been since you crashed?
A year, I think 1 year and 8 months, August 7th. So
it would be 2 months in August, or
No.
2 years. I mean, in August.
August 7th.
Okay,
2 years,
gotcha.
yeah. So it's been an ongoing process. But recently, actually, I just had an elbow surgery. So at the time of the wreck, I tore like a bunch of tendons in my elbow, which
I've got
obviously
a pretty gnarly scar. I see that right
yeah.
here.
But at the time, you didn't really think of that, because when you break your femur, I mean, that's your biggest, largest bone in your body. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that was my main focus. But yeah, man, I took all the steps from a walk to a wheelchair. I started off in 2 months, a walker 3 months, and then I got moved to crutches. So now
How do you feel like the crash is like? I feel like everybody that like they go through some traumatic thing in life, they always say like, you know, I was born to do it. I couldn't, you know, like, did you see it any other way? Like, obviously, you said you wouldn't fucking want to, like, you wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
no.
But do you think like it's definitely made you stronger as a person?
Oh my God, absolutely. It you know, there's some shit in life that you really take for granted, you know, until it's gone, and then you're like, it's gone. It's not there. And you know, I've always had a high sense of gratitude. I've always appreciated people and the little things in life. But honestly, after my accident, like the littlest, stupidest shit I get so excited about, I'm just more grateful, because I knew that I'm blessed to be here, and I'm grateful, man. That was a good question, man.
So it's
I feel like we've all been in like some, I don't know if like I can't account for like everybody, but a lot of us have been in some sort of like, whether it's a car crash or you've like been in a sports accident or but yeah, I think, you know, I've been there where, you know, it's like, I don't even want to tell the story, but it involves fucking, you know, a little bit of fucking drinking, and then you're driving, and then there you go. It's like, if it was 5 seconds later, dude, the car could have just like taken you out. But, you know,
I mean,
thank
it's
God
like
you,
with like every day. Like,
yeah.
Like you just said, I've been in crazy car crashes too, where a semi smashed my truck and trailer on the highway, and like I didn't even get hurt or anything like my guy did.
Yeah.
Still like a terrible passenger. My girl's always yelling at me. Like I'll be like, you're driving too fast. She's always like, shut the hell up. I know how to drive.
It's a trauma though, you know.
Yeah,
What?
right.
I mean, did you sustain any injuries or anything?
I literally walked away from this crazy crash where everything was totaled except for me. I literally didn't have bumps or bruises or anything. A couple days later, I was a little sore with some whiplash, but that's about it.
Fortunately.
So how would you go about telling some of the viewers like how to get through like the mental area of that?
Another great question, man. Mentally, physically, I'll just go physically real quick, but I'll get to the mental part. Physically, I'm big on fitness and stuff, so I feel like it made it easier. It made this process easier. You know, I didn't have to push myself as hard because I love fitness. I love working out. I love, I'm active. Mentally, man, I was lost, dude. I mean, I don't know. I just went through something like when I was in the hospital. Think about it, I was in a coma 4.5 days. I was in ICU for like 18. I moved to a rehab center. So it's like I'm going through all these stages and they're expecting,
Right.
they're telling me this. So then mentally, I'm hearing all this stuff like, oh, you're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to walk for this long and do this. But really, they don't. In life, I feel like people could put that substance on you saying what you can do. But at the end of the day, I feel like you're really only capable of what you can do. It's in your mind, man. So mentally, I'm not gonna lie, the love,
Awesome.
and I mean, I see counseling, man. I got some PTSD from the accident, which I love to talk about, which sounds crazy because there's a lot of people out there with PTSD that don't open up and don't talk to people. But when you go through shit like that, man, it's just like, it's draining mentally.
I think it's better, honestly, for us to talk about it, right? Like it's easier.
Yeah.
I mean, when like right with your friends and like it'd be nice for someone to listen and talk to you about it. Like feel
absolutely, man.
comfortable, right?
Just bring it up as if like it's not like you're not normal for having it.
Right,
'Cause
exactly.
we all have PTSD in all these different categories, but like as much as you said like this was screwing you up mentally throughout that initial phases, it sounds like coming out the back end, it like made you mentally stronger. It sounds like when you say you're looking at like little things and it's like you're much happier about little things, it's like that thought process, knowing that life is so fragile and you only live once, and just like experiencing the experience of almost ending that one life.
Right.
That's insane. And like all these people that experience that and then come out and just like it seems like coming from it, you need to be like more thankful, more happy, more loving towards people. And it's like that's one thing that like gets my mind thinking. It's like try to do anything you can to help people, to just bring positivity. It's like don't get upset at little things. Don't like if someone's annoying us, just do anything we can to like come together and shit. But it's like that PTSD and mental health, like there's so many different ways we could go from that and like what we could come from it.
I agree, man. And it like this is honestly like event sense. It's like people that care and want to help others. See, not just me helping other people, but you let me sit here today to talk. This helps me. And this dude, it's been 1 year and 8 months and I still struggle with this. You know? And that's what you guys bring, that unity. That's why I respect you guys, man.
Hey,
we're a family around here, man.
Quick intermission to talk about how dope my shirt is from Sampling Layers. My boy right here, Driz, you know, got them fresh gear. So everybody go ahead and check out Sampling Layers.
Be coming here this week.
I'm gonna need one.
You know?
I already got my stickers. Hey, like
Yo, go check it out.
We got the
That'll be
stickers.
right here.
Come and get the stickers.
Those are sick.
Hit us up.
Oh, that's cool.
But
That's cool.
I wanted to say something just pretty much spun off of the story. Is just hearing him tell us that kind of makes me like what Myers, and also what Myers was just saying, is it makes me want to rethink how I've lived my life today and just appreciate tomorrow better than I did today. That's how I just kind of just felt my life. Like vibe just kind of just made me like, dang, like hopefully life never ends for me tomorrow and for any
Right. Be thankful for opening your eyes, because not
Don't
many
spend
people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't spend your day doing something you don't want to do.
Exactly.
Yep.
Facts.
Yeah,
It's like
right
that's
there.
that's the goal. That's the goal of like what I see with aLikeMindz is like freaking Ryan's on the show and Nate has come on the show. The freaking collard greens have come on the show. If our fucking genius brains can come together and be like, boys, we're in this one life together. How can we make our world better? How can we create this unity so money isn't a problem? So fucking having to fight or rob someone isn't a priority. It's like that's what I get so excited about, this whole unity community coming together, because we can really get a lot of alike minds to really scheme together to make this work, and that's what just gets me so passionate about this shit.
It starts here, and then we need to get globally, so then we can fix the earth. Honestly, we need to all stop killing Mother Earth.
Yeah. One thing, dude, you just said how it starts here. I also want to just go ahead and shout this out. We've been growing slowly but surely, and sometimes we grow fast. Yesterday we had a huge day on TikTok. We gained like 200 followers yesterday, and we had our views go up like a few thousand yesterday. Make sure you guys follow us on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? aLikeMindz, maybe.
Hey.
Because we out here making fucking videos for you to laugh at. So.
Fuck. I mean, if people are listening, following is one thing. You know, it's nice to see people who just want to follow, but it's like, leave a damn comment. Be like Ryan and reach out and join the freaking community. Yeah. You know, we want to help you. We want you to help us. It's like, let's figure out where this can go. That's what.
Yeah, that actually gives me a good thought of how me and Ryan got hooked up. I actually just met my boy here today. Like, I've talked to him times, but I actually never personally met him. So even if you're just a person that's just heard this cast and knows somebody that should have their story heard or would be a good, feature for us, Nick Irwin, he heard our show a few times, and he called me up one time and was like, yo, I love your show. I have a good friend I really think would be, a good person for you guys to have on. And, I kind of dilly-dallied with it a little bit, but finally I got serious about reaching out to Ryan. And because the feeling grew more and more to like, I need to hook up with this dude and see, check out, like what you just said, his vibe, and just check it out. And then when we talked on the phone, it clicked. It just felt like great. You know what I mean? And that's when I asked you guys if you wanted to schedule this in, and it feels so like natural. It's like destiny, like full circle. Everything's working.
You heard it from the beginning. It's like, yo, if you got a homie, if you got a friend, if you got someone you're ready to film tonight, just let us know and we're hopping in. We go with the flow. Like, there ain't like right now. It's like we should be planning something to try to get more followers, but it's freestyle off the dome. Here we go. To drop the beat, Grizz. Let me hear freestyle.
Hey. Oh, Ryan, and it feels like you're already part of the family, man. Like you just came in here, and it was just so
cheers
comfortable.
To that.
Yeah, boys.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. So honestly, though, I'm glad I got to talk about it a little bit on here. Obviously, we'll probably go over briefly a little more, but like I said, this is another vent session. This is like a counselor setting right here. I get to talk about it, and maybe vent myself, but help someone else. So
that's even perfect.
Right.
I think Ryan wants to get into how he mentioned earlier how it's okay to open up about your PTSD. If you're listening to this right now and you have situations where even if you don't want to record on a show with us, we have private chats, we have Discord. We have areas where y'all can connect with us just like this. And we don't have to record it, but we can hear you, help you. We can even bring our guy that's experienced and help you grow. So that's
just to listen, just to be able to tell your story and get it out and like have us be a witness that you went through that. If that makes life easier, like that's what we're about. Like, and maybe we can connect.
We're all going through it, boys.
Yeah, we also have voice chats without cameras, so we don't have to like see each other. We have voice chats in the Discord, so definitely come check out.
It makes it better when I can see y'all faces.
Well, for sure.
Sometimes
if
I'm just on the game chat, it gets me wanting to talk shit. Like it's gamer mode. Like
no, you're so right.
Kind of have like I mentioned, my little crash a couple years ago. I have like some PTSD from that. So I was gonna kind of like I'm interested to hear how Ryan's learned to hear that. I kind of like, if you don't mind, maybe you just kind of like give us like how you wake up in the morning or whatever you do.
Or no, or like what's like the first thing you think of that happens to you when like you think of the word PTSD looking back?
Vivid memories, just like shit that won't leave your head. You try to make it leave your head, but it's just there.
Is there a trigger? Like, is there something that like
Oh,
will trigger that?
Oh yeah, I've triggered. So like when I'm like out of the norm and I hear like a loud boom, dude, just from like me, like I wasn't conscious, but I think my body, you know, this is the energy type shit, but like my body knows that sound just because like thrown from a 4-wheeler and how it's boom, 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 you know?
Right.
So any like crazy noise does trigger it, and it's like panic mode. But throughout like going to counseling and getting help, you know, I've learned how to deal with it. I've learned ways that like, hey, this is going to help you out. This is going to benefit you. So, you know, I took the time for myself, my own mental health to, you know, get that help and find out, hey, how am I going to cope with this? Because if I deal with it how I am the rest of my life, like I am, I'm going to go down. So, you know, as a human, I want the best for me, the best for everybody. That's just who I am. And I knew that getting help was the right thing. People are embarrassed to talk about it, man. I'll never be embarrassed. So
I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, hell yeah.
Or just like people have talked about it and they didn't get the proper reaction they were looking for, or they got a negative reaction, which was like, oh, okay. Well, then,
Yeah.
I'm on my own in this situation. Like,
and you know what the hardest thing to live with though, at that time, like not only did I hurt me, like my she's my ex now, but she broke her femur. So like not only did I hurt myself, like she was on the back. So I had to live with that guilt. Breaking someone's leg, like breaking their femur, that's your biggest body in your bone. I'm like very empathetic. I'm very caring for others. So like knowing that I hurt someone at the time I loved, you know, and it wasn't in her control, it was in mine. That shit hurt. So, I mean, that's a hard thing to live with too.
I can't even imagine.
I know.
It's been a ride, man. But yeah, I'm here today, a year and 8 months later, man.
So he's looking strong. I didn't know.
Yeah, right. I know.
Appreciate
So,
it, man.
did they have to like did they have to like screw them together? Like, was it like what do you all have to do for your surgeries?
Talk
like,
about fucking triggers, man.
Yeah, I've had 3 surgeries. So I have a titanium rod in my femur. So it's from like the bottom of my knee to the top of my hip. But I broke my hip too, but they just put the rod through the hip because they weren't going to reach my leg. Like I said, my leg was looking this way, man. It was looking the opposite way.
Wrong way.
Yeah.
You said 137.
137 degrees my leg was facing.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So what, you be beeping through the airport?
No, that's crazy though, because the first couple times I went in that boy, I was like, hey, my leg's metal, it's not gonna go on. I didn't want to get
They're
tackled.
like, we don't give a fuck, keep moving.
It's my leg, you know?
So does it go off?
No, it don't.
Okay.
It don't go off. No, but I make sure I tell her because Ron would get speared.
Yeah, right.
Right. I'm
Like, he's carrying a shotgun.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, damn, man. Cheers to that, boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Cheers to that.
Shit. Go find my
I see my man with the jersey on too. I love it.
Look at that. LT. That man, it's too bad he never had a good quarterback out there.
Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
Oh, you Philip Rivers?
Philip Rivers is basically like a glorified Baker Mayfield. You know, now that I got Deshaun Watson, I'm gonna go ahead. Baker was good.
I don't
enough
think
to
we're
get you
talking
to the
about that.
playoffs.
We'll wait to deal with that
Real
during
LT
the football
jersey.
season. Or I guess the draft just happened, so it's technically football season.
Yeah. I guess, you know, it is football season. You know, I have lots of time to talk about football. But
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
we got
I
other
have
things.
lots of time.
I wanted to hear, like, I was thinking of questions I want to ask my mans about, you know, the situation that he went through. Have you like been able to get back on a 4-wheeler since then, or you stayed away from that?
So I've been on a 4-wheeler. I haven't rode as much. Because like when you ride through bumps and your legs not healed like that.
Yeah, a bit.
But it's been about 6 months since that. But the first year, it took me about a year before I jumped on one. But yeah, I ride, but I don't ride trails no more right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll be there one day again, but not my focus.
If anything I say or ask offends you, just let me know and I won't go that direction. But
Oh no, you good?
you mentioned you've been on a 4-wheeler. Have you kind of gone back to the spot where it happened and kind of like analyzed your life unfolding?
Yeah, that would be wild. I mean, haven't. The spot's like 2.5 hours away, but I mean, I've pictured it in my mind, if that makes sense. You know, I try to like after what I knew what I went through, and then what people told me, like from what they seen from being behind me, you know, I went in my head like, okay, what was this scenario? So I'm trying to visualize as much as I can, but I don't know if I'm ready to go to that spot.
No, for sure.
Moment, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, to turn life.
If we were ever to make a video of you telling your story and explaining it, and then like your message at the end of the story, what would it be to people?
my message at the end of the story, I say honestly, simple, keep it simple, live every day like it's your last. Like, you know, love what you love, be yourself. Because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people, especially in society with social media, everybody's trying to be like this person. At the end of the day, someone really needs you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like my story, even if one person hears it and it touches them and it gets out, you know what I'm saying? And I can make an impact on that one person, I feel like I succeeded. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So how many
Right.
beer cans was this episode?
3 and a bottle of wine.
Oh my God.
4 for me. Or
Cheers.
3 3/4.
Yeah, I got about 4 down. Yeah.
But shit, man.
How many Chips Ahoy?
Why don't we just exit this bitch?
Got a cookie here too down there.
We're gonna wrap it up. Everybody start paying attention real quick and shit.
Yo, aLikeMindz, baby. aLikeMindz.
What is it?
The A's upside down,
Upside
but we go with the minds down. Yeah.
But shit, man. My boy Ryan was killing it. He got me feeling like I need to live life different tomorrow when I wake up. I just wanted to let my dude kind of just say his goodbyes to everybody that came and check us out. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, man. I had a great time for real. I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I support what you guys do. That's why I came on. You know, one of my buddies who hooked me up with Andrew. You know, I looked at your guys' podcast. I like to flow with things, everything, and you know, I wanted to come on and speak my voice. I'm glad you guys let me do that. Give me the opportunity. I support you guys. You know, I'm gonna leave with some merch and shit, and I'm definitely gonna promote it. For a minute, I really had fun. It was cool to have that freestyle session, even though, you know, it was one take and on the spot. But, you know, hey, sometimes you got to show up. Like I said, shit happens. You just got to show up. So I appreciate every one of you. Good meeting every one of you. And I had a great time, man. So,
Like,
Hey, man, we love having you here too, man.
oh, man. Appreciate you guys listening. Let me vent.
thank you, Ryan.
Hey, aLikeMindz. You see this from my point of view, not theirs. Give them a follow, buy some merch. They got some cool shit. You guys got clothing and shit, right?
Yes, we
Tell
do.
me a little about it. real quick.
Sample and Layers clothing. Go ahead and check out that gear. We're dropping new shirts, new hats, new socks. We out there. Go check that out. Sampleandlayers.com. Y'all know what it is.
Tell them, Drew.
Appreciate y'all, man.